My wife moved out without a word. 2 weeks later, I got a call that changed everything. The officer's voice stayed in my ears long after the call ended. My hand trembled so much that the phone nearly slipped from my fingers. The living room seemed to tilt, as if someone had pulled the ground from under me. The only light in the room came from the small lamp by the couch, and it flickered like a heartbeat that could not decide whether to stay alive. I grabbed my coat and stepped outside. The air felt colder than it should have been, cold enough to sting the inside of my nose. The street was quiet, too quiet for a night when my entire world felt like it was tearing in two. My footsteps sounded louder than usual as I hurried to the car. During the drive, my mind jumped between memories of her laughter and the image of her walking away silently 2 weeks earlier. Each thought felt like a needle pressing beneath my ribs. The road ahead seemed darker than normal, even with the headlights cutting through the night. When I reached the address the officer had given me, I saw the flashing lights first. Blue lights pulsed across the quiet neighborhood, bouncing off windows, fences, and the still branches of leafless trees. I felt my chest tighten as if invisible hands wrapped around it. I approached the officers, and one of them turned to me. His face carried the heavy look of someone who knew he was about to deliver pain. He guided me toward the porch of a small house. The wooden boards creaked beneath our steps, each sound echoing through my skull. A faint smell of smoke hung in the air, the kind that stayed long after a candle had burned out. Inside, the hallway lights were dim. A strange silence filled the space, a silence that seemed too deliberate, like the walls themselves were holding their breath. Then I saw her. She sat on the edge of a narrow couch, hands clasped together so tightly that her knuckles had turned pale. Her hair was unbrushed, falling around her face like a curtain she desperately wanted to hide behind. She looked up at me with eyes that were swollen from crying. My breath stalled in my chest. She whispered my name, her voice thin and trembling. It was the first time I had heard her speak in weeks. Her words melted into the cold air between us. I stepped closer. The room felt heavier with each movement. Her shoulders shook as she tried to form the sentence she had kept buried. Then she finally said it. The truth that made the entire room spin. The truth that explained why she left without a word. The truth that shattered the ground beneath both of us. She told me what she had been hiding. She told me who had found her before the police did. And she told me why that call had been made to me tonight. The final words left her lips like a confession torn straight from her soul. And in that moment, I understood that nothing in our lives would ever return to the way it once was.